Casualty spoilers for March 5. Casualty spoilers follow. Next week on Casualty, Matthew struggles with his PTSD and Marty's relationship with Audie comes under threat. Here's a full collection of the 8 biggest moments to watch out for. 1. Matthew has another disturbing flashback. BBC Matthew's story will be revisited again next week as his disturbing flashbacks return. On shift, Matthew deals with teenager Jamie, who has a significant leg wound following a car accident. As he works, Matthew fights to suppress the memory of the explosion in Africa. 2. Matthew makes a big decision. BBC. When Jamie's wound reopens back in the head, Matthew makes the risky medical decision to repair the popliteal artery himself. Jacob and Rash congratulate Matthew on his work and Stevie's hackles rise when she witnesses their boys' club. Matthew is adding Jamie's name to the saved list in his diary when Dylan informs him that the patch-up job on Jamie could cost him his leg. Dylan punishes Matthew by putting him on minors for the rest of the day, leaving him frustrated. 3. Marty deals with a difficult case. BBC. Marty treats double amputee Barry, who claims to have burned his arm from a coffee spill. He makes a series of racist and homophobic comments in front of Marty, leaving his son Greg mortified. Marty ascertains that Greg is his dad's only carer and suggests to Ethan that they are not coping. He wants Barry to be admitted for a night to take the pressure off, but on realizing that this is his 3rd visit to the ED recently, Ethan advises a safeguarding referral. 4. Matthew confides in Rash. BBC. In the Peace Garden, Matthew is hit with another flashback in which he convinces patient Justine to take their wounded colleague back to the village for treatment. Rash comes out to check on Matthew, who tells half the story regarding the incident in Africa. Matthew assures a worried Rash that he's found a way to cope, but has he? 5. Dylan issues Matthew with a warning. BBC. Amid all Matthew's struggles, it becomes clear he severely misdiagnosed his patient Reese. In resus, Matthew is determined to stay in charge of Reese's treatment, but he gets lost in a flashback and freezes. Stevie steps in and tries to save Reese's life, but it's too late. As a result, Dylan issues Matthew with a warning for overlooking Reese's chest injury earlier in the day. 6. Rash and Stevie grow concerned. BBC. When Rash finds Matthew writing Reese's name in his diary, he expresses concern for Matthew's coping mechanism of a life for a life. Stevie also challenges Matthew about Reese's death, correctly convinced that he's not coping. Matthew brushes off both Rash and Stevie's concern, but can anyone get him to accept the help he clearly needs? 7. Marty faces a dilemma. BBC. Audie comes in, and when he probes Barry about his injury, but it's clear he hasn't told the full truth. Audie shares his concerns that this could be a case of GBH, but Marty is keen to get the full story from Greg before they jump to any conclusions. When Marty learns the tragic truth, he is left torn over what to do next, especially as Audie's has very opposing views. 8. Marty and Audie clash. BBC. Discussing the case, Audie is adamant they should call the police, but Marty is unsure that sending Greg back to prison is the right thing to do. When Ethan takes Marty's side, Marty insensitively points out that Ethan is a consultant so should have the last word. Upset, Audie storms off, but will he allow this to come between his budding relationship with Marty? Casualty airs these scenes on Saturday, March 5 on BBC One. Read more Casualty spoilers on our dedicated homepage. This content is created and maintained by a third party and imported onto this page to help users provide their email addresses. You may be able to find more information about this and similar content at piano.io.